Please, we're listening to you.
Yeah, it's not true. Good morning to our listeners. I've been following the discussion on the EC and then the ABLEKUMA. That's ABLEKUMA North, is it?
Yes.
And something struck me, which is this. Before election, we hold all manner of is it forum here, this there, that there, symposium there, all manner of things. People go and collect money to do electoral sensitization. Security people are also meeting journalists, religious bodies are meeting people, Peace Council is here, Ghana Bar Association there, and so on and so forth. So then we get to hear about the process before, during, and after. And so huge sums of money are set aside to ensure election security in particular. So now, if after all that, what we are getting is that results can be declared. They can't be declared because we can't see, pink sheets and so on. So now, what have we done to ourselves? In any case, we have been doing elections since when? 1992. I mean, at least at the time, I hadn't attained a voting age, but I recall that the results are taken to GTV used to broadcast the results. Later, when that phase is over, you could also go to the Independent Square to go and see the results on boards and all that, written with chalk. Now, if after all that, all you hear is that, we had moved on. I mean, we had gotten, what do you call it? We've moved from opaque boxes, wooden boxes, to transparent boxes. We've moved from ID cards to picture ID cards to, verification, this photo album, all that. And today, we are having these issues. And so I'm not sure we are growing. I'm not sure our democracy is growing. Or there are some people out there who are just stifling the growth of, are not feeding the democracy well. So it's not growing the way we had expected it to grow. I mean, see what happened at Kwabenya. Okay, what nearly happened at Ayawaso West, Wogon, and many other places where parties had lost elections, and then they had thugs around who were attacking ballot boxes that were on their way to collation centers and destroying those ballot boxes, burning some of them in the process. So there are instances where ballot pink sheets were produced and they looked touched. Who produced it? Was the person arrested? There were instances where police people even were called in to come and people were arrested and handed over to the police. The police were busy begging for the for the person who had been arrested. Instead of getting that guy to go and write his statements, and then the processes are put in place to put them before court. So now, I'm sure that if somebody had been punished, if one person had been punished, another person had been punished, and another person had been punished, at least the fourth one would be very careful and wouldn't want to attempt anything.
So for you think that the gap here that's creating the problem is a failure to hold people accountable for their actions?
Precisely. So now, where are all these things coming from? The EC itself says they don't have any. The custodian of the election says they don't have the results. So then we are relying on party people with interest. So it's just like you taking me to court, and the judge in question is saying that, Larry DOGBE, please go and write the judgment and bring it for me to read. So now, what does that tell you? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like the Alaji who spoke before me mentioned, says that somebody brought some 25, it was accepted. So another person is bringing a 40, and then there's a certain 19 that's supposed to be brought somewhere, and then, I mean, why did we get here? Why did we get here?
Okay.
And like I'm telling you, but for this lady's vigilance, the one at Kwabenya, the NDC candidate, but for her vigilance, I mean, Michael Kwe will be in Parliament now, although he didn't win the election. And various places that some of these things happen because there were people you could see that before results are declared, or even after the results is declared, then a group of people will vanish. And then 2 or 3 hours later, then they pop up with pink sheets and says, listen, by our calculation, this is what it's supposed to be. So their pink sheets is different from what the NDC is producing and, what the EC has. And the confusion goes on and on and on. And the EC is, pushed into accepting what had been brought 2 or 3 hours after. If you were fair, if you were competent, if you were diligent, if you were, borrow me some of your adjectives, I'm not sure we would have gotten here. And like the gentleman said, I mean, we all know that the electoral results are supposed to be posted on notice boards. Boards. Do we have them posted? For me, I have even said that, listen, technology has favored us so much that you can take your phone, you can take a picture of the results and post it on a certain notice board, on notice board. And the notice board doesn't have to be physical, it can be electronic. So that this is what is coming from the EC, signed by everybody, and it has been accepted. After that, if there's any contention, go to court. No, we should not. I mean, listen, we are playing with this thing. We are playing with this thing. One of these days is going to explode in our faces because parties have put in place mechanisms, militants who have been fed, who have been assured, who have been told that, listen, it is power and and nothing else. And so let's get it. And when we get it, we are going to sort you out. Whether or not they will be sorted out is another matter altogether. However, we don't have to get to that point where, I mean, since 1992, and we can improve, we can make ourselves better.
Larry, thank you. Thank you very much for your
Sir.
intervention. And yes, a very good point there. We keep repeating the same cycle. This is a whole constituency. It could have been constituencies, but luckily, some of them were resolved in some wishy-washy manner, but still doesn't address the major issues. Very, very interesting. Unfortunately, Nancy. Okay, I thought you had something.